Hi, it's Kylie Koo. Welcome to my studio. So yesterday my time, not necessarily yesterday in terms of the day before this video going live, yesterday I opened this array of goodies from your creative studio and I wanted to get right on and start to use it. Now this is February box with the flower theme. I've still got a previous box to do something with. So I got it all mixed up. I've not necessarily got it in the collections that it came in, but that's okay. I did, however, I was just looking at it today and wondering what I might do with it, and I did come across these again. Now, I think I called these stickers, and I'm not sure that they are stickers because I just can't find, I've tried a few and I can't take the backs off. And I'm just wondering if they're even rub-ons, so I'm going to take one and just see if it's a rub-on, because there was some rub-ons came. I just can't think of how else or what else these might be, so I'm just going to take one and just try it. I've got an old piece of an envelope here, so I'm just going to try and rub this on and see if that actually comes off, and if not, then back to thinking about it. No. So what I want to do today, I decided that I was going to look out an old journal that I had. I made it a while ago. I can put a link to that as well. And I never did like this journal. So it's made from caddy paper and I had done some eco printing inside. They hadn't turned out particularly well, but what I also did was a few image transfers. And although I like the style of journal because it's kind of grungy in its own way, I just didn't like these. So I am going to repurpose this journal and use it for some of these and hope that I can turn this into something that looks better than it is just now and something that, you know, I'm actually happier with. So what I'm going to try to do to begin with is just take these off. And I know that, oh gosh, look at this. After all this time, that is actually that's okay, I think I can actually live with that. These were packing tape transfers. I did not like the way that they turned out. But here we are now, probably a couple of years on from making this journal. And funnily enough, I can now live with that. Just getting that plastic off the top. I might still cover it up, but we'll see. So I'm going to work my way through here and just take these off. Right, I've got them out. That is very strange. I'm wondering if I should have taken that off at the time. I can just about live with them now. So if they're still there and in the background, they might get covered up. That's okay. But they'll act as a background for some pages. So they're feeling a bit sticky. I might need to put something over them, maybe a bit matte medium, just to let that dry and then be able to work on top. I think that's what we'll do in case the pages stick together. Right, wasn't expecting to have to do that, but we'll do that now. Okay, so that should just mean that when I'm working in this, the pages don't stick together because that was sticky, and it also means I can probably work on top of it easier. It may be that some of these still appear in the end, or perhaps not. I'm not wedded to them remaining, but equally if they fit in, then that's fine. So these pages are a little bit squint. Right, I think one of the things I want to do, and I commented on this when I opened everything out, was I liked the idea of making this into a pocket. So it could then keep a tag, anything like that. And I'm thinking of putting it either here or here. And I'm just not sure which one would be better. But the other thing I thought about doing was taking one of the little ones that came and putting it in here as well. So I think what I'm going to do, I think that would be quite a nice size. I think this one would be too long, yeah. So it's either there or there. I think I quite like the idea of this one at the front. It will overhang a bit, but I'm not too worried about that, because the other thing I'm thinking of doing is using one of the sticky papers, you know, so some of these that came in the big pack, you can peel away the back, and I might just put that on, and actually that would cover that bit up quite nicely as well, and then I could just trim the edge to there. Of course, because I like all the uneven edges, it doesn't always match up, but we're not going to worry about that. So I think step number one, although I do quite like that hanging over the edge as well. I'll put that on. How do I then get a rough edge on that? I could cut it a little bit shorter. Step one, to glue this down. So I think what happened there was that the matte medium ended up just being totally absorbed into the caddy paper. It might have worked if I'd put something heavy on it, but I've just resorted to the 3-in-1 craft glue in the hope that this will do something a bit quicker. That seems a bit better. So I'm now going to pick a paper for the cover, because I think I definitely want to go down that route. So I think I'm going to go for this one, because I was instantly drawn to this yesterday. I won't need the whole piece, so I can probably have the bit with the bluebirds up the top there. Now if it comes to it, I can trim off, in fact I think I'm just going to trim off this bit just now, and then I'll get a neater line. I maybe should have started by creating a brand new journal, but I don't know, I just felt that it would be good to repurpose another journal that wasn't going to get used otherwise. That's not too bad. So this paper actually peels. I can put a different one on the back. I'm reluctant to, I do want to try and save this. So I can't cut straight lines. Let's hope this is okay. Looks good. I don't mind if the binding still comes through a bit. I think that's going to work out nicely. Now, do I put a bit of glue down, or is this sticky enough? Feels pretty sticky, so I'm just going to go for it. Okay, and all I will do now is to trim that along those edges. Right, I got most of it off. And I think that will just fit in nicely there. Although, kind of thinking I might do the same on the back here as I've done here, albeit the cover will now be, or the back will now be slightly shorter. Does that bother me? Does that bother me? I wonder what I could do. So I've decided I need to rethink this back cover because I do want it to be a similar size to the front. So what I'm going to do, this was the backing to the rub-on transfers with the instructions. So I'm going to glue this in here, which will make the back of my book more stable. I then can cut it to a similar size to the front cover. I think I can leave that as is because I can then put my envelope on there. I'm still getting a little bit of the background, which I think I'm okay with. Right, I've given it a generous amount because this is sticky. This is glossy and it might not be too keen on sticking. I need to get it to a position that I can open it okay. That looks okay there. Right, I shall leave that for a minute or two while I make a cup of coffee. I do of course have other pages sticking out. I might neaten them up. Still thinking I might round that corner. It is slightly less solid there. That's okay. Right, coffee time. So, I think I'm just going to leave that. I don't think I'm going to put anything else over it. Quite happy with that cover. Quite happy with that cover. I'm still going to use this. I could draw in another line there. I might bring a black line in, I shall see. I think I'll position that about there. But before I do that, I think I might do something else to the envelope. So, where did the bit go that I just cut off? So, for the envelope going down, I'm going to put it roughly here. There's couple of things I was thinking about. One is to cut that off there and put that one. I think that goes quite nicely and it's got the faux stitching. So cutting it there. But the other thing I'm thinking, that was just the card that came with one of the things, is to put this one down. I do like the kind of craft paper colour. That kind of picks up a little bit of that there. And I thought just to fancy it up a little, I could just make the top from that colour, which again kind of fits in. And then I might stick these two things as a kind of... So, I shall do this first before I stick it down and into here. Now again, this is a sticky paper. So, let's do this bit first. So I'm planning to keep things in here, but I feel like I just want to put something else on there, unless I use the stamp. Could that go on? That would fit nicely. So I could stamp it. Wrong ones. Oh, knocked everything off. I could try stamping that onto here. I was going to have the butterfly. Could have the butterfly and then stamp on. That would work too, wouldn't it? Bit more decoration on there. Right, let's try that. But I'll do the stamping first. Now. So my big acrylic block is filthy. I often use it as a palette. Take the back off, will it stick? Probably not, because my thing is so dirty. Nope, right. going to go for this, but I think I'm going to try and cut off some of this plastic. Might be better with smaller scissors, but we'll see. I'm probably using these wrong, so if I am, do let me know. Don't want a sharp edge. Right, so I've just cut a little bit round there. I just didn't want it going, the shiny bit kind of going over the bird. I keep feeling that these are stickers, but I just... Oh, I found it, I found it, I found it. They are stickers. Gosh, how many times did I try that? Fantastic. So, there's so many flowers in here that remind me of my garden, because I have aqualegia like that in the garden. Just put ink on it. That's it. Wow. So I don't know how many times I tried earlier to split them. Fantastic. And I just want a little pop of colour in here. Now, what magic did I do to get that separated? I really don't know. Yes, there we go. There we go. So I want it partly on there. I want it coming out of the pocket. Woohoo! Right, let's take a look at what I've done. To solve that mystery. Maybe I just wasn't... There we go. Oh, all sticky. I keep thinking I'm finished, and then I keep doing a couple of more things. So, let's see. Again, I want it partly on there and partly on there, and I think I'm going for one more up here. Is that too much? Nope, I'm going for it. I have a funny broken thumbnail here, but it seems to be the thing that's getting in here. There we go. Once you get it. Still freesias. I couldn't remember the name of these when I did the unboxing. Freesias. Right, let's take a look. So this is a journal that I've repurposed. I've used a sticky paper. I will be doing a bit more in terms of perhaps neatening up the corners, but I've used a sticky paper on the front, sticky paper on the back, and then I've used a third piece as the kind of cover on the binding. It will wrinkle a bit, but that's okay. That's just the nature of the book, and I keep picking up ink from places. Give that a wipe first. Go round all these edges when I find my Tim Holtz inks. So, done the covers. And I've done the inside page by repurposing the envelope, sticking that down, and the cornflower sticker. Then in the back I repurposed the backing that came in one of the packets, repurposed one of the envelopes that a stamp came in, added this, and another sticker here. So I am pleased with the way that this repurposed journal is going. I might trim that edge off just a little bit. It's slightly bigger than this one, but I think what I'll probably do is run the rotary tool down it just to even it off. I might even put an edging down these as far as I can. And I am probably going to continue working on these today, but I will put that up as a separate video. So if you've watched this far, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye for now.